Well, welcome, and welcome to an exciting day here at the Capitol. Yesterday, as you all know, we wrapped up a lot of the negotiations, of which we were just part of a smaller subset of that on the bonding side of things. Very happy with where we landed at the end of the day when it came to the bonding deal that we came to. So we're looking at a $1.2 billion capital investment bill. Now, these are for the projects that we see across the state, on state assets and for our small communities and for our large ones as well, too. Making sure that we are keeping Minnesota a state that the infrastructure is well maintained and we have the amenities in this state for individuals and businesses and institutions here. So we're very excited about that. The other parts that we are very excited about are we've got a number of issues in there that are anti-fraud related. So things like electronic verification. So when providers are out and we're paying for the services for a patient, that we have verification that they're actually going out and verifying that they're at the site providing those services. The other is an excess tax of 100% on the fraudsters who have gone out and gotten these major gains, and then they're going out and they've made $1 million in fraud. They have to pay $100,000 in restitution. We want to make sure that they do not profit by any sort of this nefarious activity that they're doing. But our most exciting piece on this is the tab fee reduction. That's $254 million that Minnesota taxpayers are going to be saving in 2027. That's a piece that we believe very strongly in. Minnesotans have been paying highest tab fees in the nation. And we wanted to make sure that they were getting some relief. This was due to a change in 2023 in the transportation bill that went forward. Democrats raised taxes by over $10 billion. Part of that was the tab fees in that. And we've been hearing across the state very loudly that tab fees need to be reduced. And Senate Republicans put a lot on the line to make sure that Minnesotans in 2027 will be paying much less in their tab fees. So that's a thumbnail sketch of the bill overall. Any questions? Senator Jasinski is our transportation lead and very versed within the mechanics of that tab fee rate decrease.
Senator, I do have a question about that. Are you disappointed it will just be a one-year blip and then it'll go right back up?
Why don't you take that?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to look at that next year, but this is the only amount we could get, $254 million. But we definitely want to look at it next year to see if we get that affordability back. We've talked about accelerating the auto parts sales tax, collecting that, and that would offset that as well. So if we continue and collect that sooner rather than stretching it out, I remember last year they used that acceleration, they delayed that for a while to fill up their budget gap. So we want to use this and look at it next year. We also have the greenhouse gas issue. We try to get that as well. That failed, but the greenhouse gas is going to increase the cost of roads and bridges by about 30 to 50% for our locals. So cities, counties are all paying more for roads with that greenhouse gas that will start effectively January 1st of 2027 as well. But yes, we definitely want to look at fees next year. This is a one-time break, obviously. They'll go down, they'll come back up unless we can change it next session.
Yeah, you stood there maybe a month ago and said this was the #1 thing you were hearing. I think you said over the weekend 11 people stopped you. Has it continued to be a top thing, and how does
Today I had 4 Democrat legislators, some existing now and some previous, that thanked me because they knew I'd been behind this. They're feeling it as well. I won't say names, but I had one gentleman come up and say, this is a big deal. Thank you for fighting for it.
And what'd you trade for it? I know it sounds like you said you put skin in. I hear that you wanted something for it. What was the deal making behind the scenes on it?
Yeah, so in negotiation, we had a number of things that were high priority items that our caucus would really like to see happen. Within that, some of those items fell away. Our priority is making sure that Minnesotans have money in their pockets. And so it came down to the tab fee reduction as one of the main priorities that we had, and we were able to deliver on that.
So your position here is that tab fees wouldn't have been in this budget deal at all if not for you demanding them as part of a bonding bill negotiation. That House Republicans don't get credit for that. That's the Senate Republicans.
House Republicans did a phenomenal job in their negotiating. This was a place where we had a strong hand to play, and we were able to play that. So we put our nickel down on the tab fee reductions and the anti-fraud. That's something we've said from the very beginning that we were going to work hard towards, and now we see the results of that.
Leader Johnson, do you have any comment on the gun control push that we're seeing on your colleagues in the House right now? Do you think that they should take another vote on that?
Here's what I'll say, that was not part of the negotiations, it seemed like. We weren't privy to that part. They've got a package that's good for Minnesota They need to keep moving forward on what's going on. Otherwise, we may not see anything at the end of the day. If they're able to logjam the House, we want to see good policy done for Minnesotans. What was negotiated was a good start. We'll see what happens. I think the DFL and the Republicans will be able to work together on trying to find a pathway forward over there. But I know today, as they're digesting the bills, as we're seeing what's going to be coming down the pipeline, it's going to take a little time for people to get moving again.
Will this deal stick? We've seen a lot of deals fall apart. Do you see any caution?
I can only speak for the bonding side of things. I think parties feel very good about how that turned out. We've got investment into the state, we've got lower tab fees for Minnesotans, and we've got anti-fraud in there. That's a deal that I think anybody can get behind. And so I don't think that portion of it is in jeopardy. However, we still have to figure out the details on what that $1.2 billion looks like. There's a lot of buckets, a lot of questions, but I know our tax chairs and leads are right now in a room working through that and trying to figure out what that's going to be in total.
There is no spreadsheet on that yet, right?
No, there's not, no.
Where is your caucus at broadly on bonding right now? How do you feel about the 1.2 billion number? Do you think that that'll get votes when it's floor?
I will say that was a difficult conversation because right now at $1.2 billion, it maxes out our capacity in this state. And so we were very reluctant to go up to $1.2 billion unless we had a deal that was something that we thought our caucus could get behind and Minnesotans would agree with at the end of the day. And I think what we're looking at right now is a good package going forward. We're at the upper extremity of what we're comfortable with, but I think if this sticks, we'll be in a very good spot.
Do we have any idea how much the average person is gonna save from this tap fee reduction?
First of all, before I go to that, let's make sure that money's backfilled. There's been some concern that we were taking money away from roads and bridges. We are not. That's being 100% backfilled. It falls into all the normal buckets that it has before, so I want to make sure that point first. I just did the calculation. The average car is about $50,000. If you take that rate reduction, it's about $145 on a $50,000 vehicle. But remember, a lot of families have 2 or 3 vehicles, they have kids, so it does add up, and some have more than that. So about $145 on a $50,000 car.
That's the savings, 145?
Yep, about, yep.
There's no change to the depreciation schedule, right?
Correct.
This is just coming from the tax rate?
Yes, our first offer did include both the depreciation and the rate. Through negotiations, we unfortunately had a compromise, so we had to let that go, and we kept just the rate. So it's just the rate. There's actually 2 rates. There's a min-drive, there's a 1.2 and a 1.285, so it affects both of those. But yes, it's just the rate. And the statements that you'll get in the mail will actually show that it's based on the legislative action in 2026, so people understand, because we do have a hold harmless where your rates can't go back up. You always have to pay a lesser amount. So that's in the legislation that it can go down and then come back up.
So if you paid your tabs yesterday, you're not gonna see this till the next time.
This is January 1st of 2027. It'll be 1 full calendar year. We just thought that's easier for most families to understand, the first year. And they raised the fees effective January 1st of the last year, so we thought it's just appropriate to do the same thing. We did get some pushback from the Democrats. They wanted it done before the election. They wanted it done immediately. We just think it's easier for families to understand the first of the year. That's when they were implemented. This is the way they're going to be put in that rate.
Is it more of a tax holiday than a tax cut?
You could effectively look at it as yes, unless we get something done next year. I want to fight hard for that next year to do that. I've worked with Senator Dibble to try and work on some of that greenhouse gas language to see if we can reduce those increased costs if we can. So I think we'll definitely work at it next year. But as of right now, yes, it's a 1-year reprieve.
So if you've got your bill in your mail right now and it's due next week, you just pay what?
Yes,
the
just
rate
pay the
is
normal
now.
cost.
This won't be.
It'll come out January 1st of 2027. It'll be shown on the statement. You'll see that, and it'll be annotated on there. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Anything you wanna know about tap fees, Senator Jasinski?
Do you
Jesse
wanna
Ventura will
rate
be
this
happy.
session on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, you had that question for other
yeah,
folks,
there's your-
you wanna go?
Rate
Yeah.
the session on 1 to 10.
Oh, and the song to describe the session, that's Dana's.
I wish you would have prepared me
Oh,
for
I'm sorry, I
that.
didn't hear the song one, I just knew the 1 to 10.
I think maybe, have you ever watched The Greatest Showman, the movie? I think this is the greatest show. I think we're getting into that point right now where there's a lot of theatrics that go throughout this whole session on. everything that's happened here, but it seems like it's coming together at the end. So, no, this is really a fun place to be today and through the end of session. Where would I rate it, 1 through 10? 1 through 10. If we actually make it to the end of session here,
Wait till Monday.
I think it'll be, I think it'll be about a 6, because everybody will be a little bit unhappy, but we'll get through the end of session, so I think that's a positive.
Thank you.
Thank you.